Hey folks, Driveway Forest here in my 2005 BMW 530i. It's had a cold start problem. Well, really just a cold weather problem for quite some time. I'm actually going to go ahead and start it up right now and let's see if it exhibits the behavior. It's should be cold enough, but let's see. Yep, there we go. Very, very cranky. Flashing service engine light, all kinds of dash lights, all kinds of scary messages. So I'm gonna turn it off. But this is my BMW right now. Okay, so a little more background. Hello. A little more background on this. It's a problem I've had for a couple years. It used to only happen when it was really cold, like in the 30s. And I would, you'd start it, it would run like that, you'd turn it off, restart it, turn it. And sometimes you could get it to restart, and once it was running okay, it would run fine, and it would run fine all day until it sat overnight and got really cold again. It's been getting worse as time goes on, and I've had this issue now for at least 2 winters, maybe even 3, so most recently, I got a $50 code reader, an Altel, and pulled some codes off of the computer. And one of the codes was a P16A1. Something to do with a checksum error. And when I saw that, well, first of all, I Googled it, and I found some basically ECU repair companies. And then also just based on what I know about computers and checksums, if you get a checksum error on a computer that has been running the same software for years and the software hasn't been changed, then it's probably a hardware problem. And so that basically led me to believe that this could very well be the DME or the ECU in this BMW. The DMEs going bad is kind of common. I'm not 100% sure why or exactly what goes bad in them, but something tells me it's something physical, like something on the circuit board goes bad. And there's quite a few companies out on the internet that claim to be able to diagnose and repair this. So I'm going to try one. They're called ECU Pros. They're in Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. So I have to send these folks 3 things, and supposedly they might be able to help me. The DME, or the ECU, which is under the hood. The CAS, which I think is a security module, which is under the dash. And then one of my keys. So I am going to remove those 2 modules now. Hey folks, just remember, I'm not a BMW certified anything. I'm not a mechanic. I'm basically an IT guy who also, likes taking things apart and building and stuff like that. Bit of a DIYer, but my track record is spotty. Sometimes I seem to achieve miracles, and sometimes my failures are big and costly. So please take everything in this video with a grain of salt. Alright, first step when doing anything with electronics in any car, especially BMWs, is to disconnect the battery. Alright, the landscaper just showed up at my neighbor's. So I happen to have these little interior popper tools, which they're handy if you get them, and they're pretty inexpensive. I actually replaced this thing, this fastener. So I pulled it out with that. Oh, that's right. You also have to pull up this might hit the camera. You also have to pull up the floor. Okay, so once you pick up the floor and take out the 2 fasteners, you pull it out from this side, and it sort of opens up like that. And then you've got your battery in here, and pop off that cap, which normally has a little tether on it, but mine's broken. Still try not to lose it. Alright, apologies for the background noise. You do want to take the negative terminal off first. .10mm bolt, loosen that, and then lift up and
Drop her down there. Come over to the positive. Same thing. You just have to loosen the bolt. You don't take it off. Also 10 mil. Give it a little wiggle and a lift. And off it comes, and set it over to the side so it can't. Set it over to the side so it can't touch. And the car is now disconnected from the battery. In case you didn't know about this little hidden feature on, at least on the 5 Series, there's this little hanger for the mat. Oh, pop the hood release. And ooh, look at all those leaves. This is another feature of the BMW, is it has a leaf collector under the hood. It's great for collecting leaves so that they don't go elsewhere. For easy, and then once they're collected in here, you have easy cleanup with a shop vac. And that gives you something to do every couple of weeks, especially in the fall. Okay, once again, sorry about the lawnmower in the background. The good news is that I'm about to fire up my shop vac, which should be even louder. Yep. Totally drowning out the lawnmower. Oh look, there's a dead bug under there. See that? Hey look, it's my stick that This is the stick I think I used last time I was cleaning it out to like pick around in here. I left it in there. How convenient. Oops, I'm gonna forget it. I just lost it. Oh jeez. Seriously, like wherever I had it was perfect because I didn't even know it was there and I just found it. Okay, I'm holding on to it for now. I finished vacuuming. I've had all of this off before and I think that's what I need to do now. The reason I had it off was so I could clean it. And you can see it's just something about the design. This part of the BMW gets dirty. Anyway, as I recall, we're gonna take out everything to do with the cabin air filter, and then this piece, which looks like it's held in by a T25 Torx there. Yeah, this lifts off. I don't remember if we'll probably take that off. As I recall, there's a release. Where's the release? I hear it hitting. Is there someone watching this saying, I know where it is. Is this it right here? Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. So there's a little finger lift here. Look at that. Hey, this is BMW. I like working on the BMW because this is how it's designed. It is actually designed to be worked on, I believe, especially certain parts like this. I mean, this is definitely designed to come out and go back in. And then, like, sometimes, you know, like that's a neat bit of kit. Like I said, it holds 2 halves of the shroud is split in half. And once I undo all these plastic bolts here and get the air filters out, it's gonna come out. All right, again, I'm really sorry about the lawnmower. I will do what I can in post, as they say, to get rid of it. So these plastic bolts under the hood are 13 millimeter, and I actually just used the 13 millimeter wrench that's in the factory toolkit, which is pretty cool. It's a Heiko, made in Germany, and it, you know, I don't know. It's I guess my mind's kind of blown because I've been spending a lot of time in my 2005 Yukon, which I love and it's awesome, but then you come and you work on the BMW and you're just like, holy hell, it's just like a whole nother level of engineering. It's really mind-blowing. Sorry to sound like a snob. And again, I'm sitting here with it broken, so it's not like it's any better, especially as it gets old. But anyway, here we are, 13 millimeter. One there. I feel like that might be it. Then there's this plastic clip here that you can just pull back with your fingers. Usually. There we go. Okay, so that is the cabin air filter. And actually, that's nice. It's not embarrassingly dirty. What is a little bit gotta make sure you can hear me. What is a little embarrassing is the leaves that gather, but again, that's just what these BMWs do. And this is the actual air intake. So the air comes in under here, is sucked up, and then blown down. Sucked up through here and then down through this vent, and that goes into the climate control. This one? The one on the left, you need to be careful. It's got the hood. God, I can't believe how noisy it is here. Sorry. Be careful with the one on the passenger side. It's got the hood switch on it. So when you take it, just be careful when you set it out of the way not to do anything to that cable. Okay, so there's a few more of those quarter turns. Once you get those covers off, there's one here. Why is the hood closing? Why is the hood closing? That's not cool. Wow, that was weird. Wonder if my struts are dying. I'm glad I got that on video. I hope that's entertaining. Okay, so there's 2 quarter turns under there. I feel like there's another one somewhere back here. You gotta get all the yucky goop out of the way. Yep, here it is back here. I guess this might be a little easier with a socket, but the wrench works fine. It's only a quarter turn. All right, so 1, 2, 3 that are under the air filter. Cabin air filter. Oh, there's also these, that's right, there's also these trim pieces that just set here. I wonder if mine's broken. Actually, there might be a clip. But these are rubber. Looks like maybe not. I don't think so. I think it's always been like that. They're just like a molded rubber. Okay, so like I said, I forgot these 2 Torx. There's one here, T25. How's it going? Okay. T25s are out. Yes, they're much looser. Okay. Am I forgetting anything else? I think that's it. So after that, lift here and then pull towards the center of the car. And the reason you have to pull towards the center of the car is here's that one of those drains I was talking about. I guess I could. All right, the lawnmower's off for now. I'm using a socket to get this one undone. It's kind of deep down. And then I think there's supposed to be one here, but no, it's there. Yep, it's there. Okay, yeah, there's another one back here. Thought it was missing, but it's not. Whoa, jeez. Perfect. Well, you know what? This is good. As soon as I hear about my ECU, assuming it's not hopeless, I will, or if they tell me it's not broken, that'll be disappointing too. I'll order some new struts. Okay, so again, you got this little rubber trim piece here. It's a little hard to get out. I usually end up bending this little tab on the side around the strut, and then it comes out pretty easily. Definitely don't want to lose that. Look at these. Here's your part of what's covered by that cover is that beefy strut brace. Okay. One is still not all the way open. Feels open. I've learned to not force things in the BMW. When you force them, you tend to break them. I think that's actually what's going on here. I probably over tightened it, and now, no, actually, all right, that's open. I probably over tightened it or over loosened it and knocked it out. There we go. Knocked it out a little bit. Not too bad. Oh, you should feel the weight of this thing. Again, this is BMW's. Like, this thing is heavy. Part of the reason it's heavy. Part of the reason it's heavy is look at. It's got this insulation, very thick insulation under it, and this rubber goop. And I just dumped a bunch of leaves on my engine, and a bunch of. It's just crazy. And then these are the clips, the quarter turn clips that we're opening. You can see how they're kind of easy to. Crap! I just messed them all up. I want them in the open position. You can see how it's kind of easy to overturn them, so I'm gonna have to make sure those are lined up. I don't know why I just messed with them. Anyway, it's pretty easy to over tighten these, so just be gentle when you're in there. Okay, so these are 5mm Allen bolts. There are 5 of them. I'm gonna put this in my pocket. I got a socket in my pocket. And I got a hood falling on my head. This is great. Hopefully since this is a little bit of a boring video, the hood falling adds some entertainment, some suspense, and general reason to watch me turn a bunch of bolts. Okay, other than the fact that I dropped a screw under this thing, which I'm going to have to fish out, this is the inside of the box. There's a release here. Don't forget to push that away from the center of the car before you lift the top off. You know what? I'm going to undo these wires now, if I can, without breaking anything. God, don't let me break anything in here. There we go. Nice, easy clip. Like I said, BMWs. You never force it. You just have to find the release. There's always a release somewhere. Let's see, it's this, but how does it work? Okay, let's see. Is that it? Yes. Okay, so if you can see what I did here. Like I said, everything is a gentle release, so that doesn't sound good. Everything is you don't force anything ever in this car. So this was on top of this, so I had to push this down, and then this folded down, and when that folded down, it unplugged itself. So I'm going to do the same thing. I get my hand out of the way, you can see on this one. I'm going to push down on this, and then pull back on this tab. And as I keep pulling back on it, it lifts up the plug. Easy peasy, don't force it. Okay, so that was the same, and then this last one on the end, there's a release on the back side that I just push, and out it comes. So that was all pretty easy. I'll just get these out of the way. Pulling back on the tabs. There it is. There it is. I'm trying to get my screw back. I bought a new magnet on a stick. And not... Oh! How about that? Nothing like having the right tool, huh? Beautiful. Beautiful. I have removed the DME. I retrieved the screw that I lost with my new magnet on a stick. So now I am going to actually put everything back together without the DME because I don't want any moisture or rain or anything getting in any of this. So I'm going to tuck this back in. I'm going to replace the cover. And put that lock back.
Before I close the hood on any car, I always just like to do one final check to make sure I didn't leave anything askew or forget any tools. Because if you close the hood on something like a tool that maybe you leave here, or if there is something that like is supposed to be here but it's here, and you close the hood, it's going to break it and it's going to damage the hood, and that's no fun. So it's worth just doing a quick visual inspection, make sure everything is where it should be and that nothing is sticking up. I'm going to show you the correct way to close a hood on a car like this. Here's what you do. You reach up, you grab it and you hold it, and you slowly lower it all the way down until it just touches the latch. Okay, but you don't let it latch. Okay, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift it up about 8 to 12 inches and then I'm going to let it go. Ready? That is how you close a hood. You'll see the side latches are closed, the center latch is closed, everything's closed. I didn't have to push on it at all, right? Because there's a risk. When you push something with your hands, you could dent it, you could just leave a nasty handprint. You don't have to do that. You let gravity and actually even a little bit of air pressure help you, because when you lift it up and let it go, it's like a slight vacuum you create under there. It helps suck it down, and that's why you get that nice solid closure without having to slam it.
The next step is to take out the CAS, which I'm told is somewhere under the dash here on the driver's side. Let's give it a go. Okay, so there's the 3 screws. Okay, I know I said never force it, and I swear I didn't. I just tugged gently, and I could basically see that there was actually a clip holding this up. So I pulled on that side. I'm going to gently pull on this side. Okay. More piece to the puzzle. This trim piece comes out quite easily. You just sort of stick your finger under and pull a little bit, and there's just a little tab that holds it on, and then underneath, lo and behold, there is another screw. So let's go ahead and get that guy out of there. I could see that this plastic trim piece went under this one, so that's why I started poking around. Okay, oh, there we go. All right, I think it's gonna come out now. I think what I need is that white thing right there. I'm pretty sure that's what I want. So what size bolt? That looks like another 13. Let me grab my socket, or actually I'm going to grab a box wrench and we'll get that out. Okay, this is the bolt that was holding that white box in. That is hopefully the CAS. I probably should have checked before I took the bolt out, but 10 millimeter bolt, pretty long. It's got some thread locker on it. I just reached up there with a 10 millimeter ratcheting box wrench and got it out. So what's next? It's actually able to get the box out a little further, so I'm going to keep working on it. We are making progress here. The main wiring harness, pull it down here. This is what it looks like, and this lever is what pops it out, and there's a little release that you have to push so that that lever will pivot. And then you've got another little connector here, which just has these little side releases, and there we go. BMW CAS 2. All right, mission accomplished. We have a CAS and a DME out of my now completely bricked BMW. So I'm gonna go get the paperwork and shipping stuff ready to mail this off to, I believe it's ECU Pros is who I'm sending it to. And fingers crossed, when they come back, maybe my car will run again. That'll be really cool. So if you want to see what happens, go ahead and subscribe, and you'll get a notification. That was a Honda. So if you want to see what happens, go ahead and subscribe so you get a notification when I post the follow-up after I get my ECU back.